ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तमा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्धधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दाय तपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरननदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम् गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरम् हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम् लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरहः पेपीयमानम् मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजम् कलिमलप्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिम् यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम् देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।
ओम श्री
ॐ श्री
परमात्मने नमः।
परमात्मने नमः।
अथ पञ्चमोऽध्यायः।
अथ
अथ
पंचमोऽध्यायः।
पञ्चमोऽध्यायः।
श्रीभगवानुवाच
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 इहैव तैर्जितः सर्गो येषां साम्ये स्थितं मनः
इहैव तैर्जितः
तैर्जितः
सर्गो
सर्गो
येषां
येषां
साम्ये
स्थितं
स्थितं
मनः
मनः
निर्दोषं हि समं ब्रह्म तस्मात् ब्रह्मणि ते स्थिताः
निर्दोषं हि
निर्दोषं
समं
हि
ब्रह्म
समं ब्रह्म
तस्मात् ब्रह्मणि ते
तस्मात्
स्थिताः।
ब्रह्मणि ते स्थिताः।
We have seen this shloka along with the Shankara Bhashya. Now we will read Gita Priya Bodhini. Sada Sarvatra Brahma Eva Pashyantaha Santaha ye tu Tadatmana Tashtanti Teshameva Videha Muktihi Na Itareshamiti Suchayitam Brahmanishtanam Yatinam Jiva Dashayam Eva Muktim Darshayati. Bhagavan Darshayati. Sada Sarvatra Brahma Eva Pashyantaha Santaha. Always, everywhere, Brahma Eva Sarvatra Brahma. They see Brahma, Ishvara everywhere. Those who see, ye, tu, tadatmana, atma vivana, aham Brahma iti, jnanam, tadatmana, dishtanti, vartante, teshameva, for them only, videha muktihi sambhavati, videha muktihi bhavati, na iteration, not for others. Iti suchayitum, to indicate Brahmanishtanam, yatinam, sannyasinam, Brahmanishtas, Brahmani Nishta, Tesham Te, Tesham, Itinam, Sannyasinam, Jivad Dashayameva, while living itself, they are free. Deha Muktihi Sambhavati Tirtha, Paranat, Parantaram, whereas Brahmanishtanam Itinam, Jivad Dashayameva, Jivaneva Muktihi Sambhavati, Iti Bhagavan Darshayati Asmin Shloke. Ikaiva Tairgita Sargo, Yesham Samye Stitam Manaha Nirdosham Hi Samam Brahma. तस्माद् ब्रह्मणि ते स्थिताः इति इहैव इति परावरैकत्वविज्ञानवताम् तद्बुद्धित्वादि अन्तरङ्गसाधनवताम् सर्वकर्मसन्न्यासिनाम् येषाम् ब्रह्मविदाम् मनः सर्वदा साम्ये समम् एव साम्यम्. The Brahmavidam, other words are qualifiers. Paravaraikkatva para Ishvara, Avara, Jiva. Jivatma, Paramatma, Jivatma, Paramatmanoho, Ekatvam. Oneness of Jivatma and Paramatma. Vijnanavatam, those who know Vijnanavatu. Vijnanavan, Vijnanavantu, Vijnanavantaha. Vijnanavat Shabdaha. षष्ठी भक्ति परावरैक विज्ञानवताम तद्बुद्धि previous shloka तद्बुद्धि तदात्मानः इति पूर्व श्लोके उक्तम तो तद्बुद्धित्वादि अंतरंग साधनवताम those who have the means for that as said in the previous shloka तद्बुद्धि तदात्मानः तन्निष्ठाः तत्परायणाः तेषां who are the सर्वकर्म संन्यासिनां those who are sannyasis who have given up all the karma येषां those ब्रह्मविदाम् एव मनः ब्रह्मणि मनः समम सर्वदा साम्ये स्थितं भवति मनः सदा साम्ये what is साम्यं समम एव साम्यं स्वार्थे शञ्च प्रत्ययः स्वार्थे तद्धित प्रत्ययः शञ् प्रत्ययः भवति साम्यम् इति रूपं सिद्ध्यति तस्मिन् साम्ये ब्रह्मणि समरसे परे ब्रह्मणि एव स्थितं नैश्चल्येन तिष्ठति in that param brahmani samye param brahmani samarase pare which is samam which is same rasa is rasa intranslatable all this word rasa ekarasa samarasa ekarasa one homogeneous samarase pare brahmani eva naischalye without oscillating tishtati vartate ye tu सर्वत्र ब्रह्म एव पश्यन्ति तदात्मताम् एव आपद्यन्ते तत्र एव निष्ठां कुर्वन्ति तदात्मतापन्नवृत्त्या कालं नयन्ति तैः एवं लक्षणैः ब्रह्मविद्भिः एव जीवदशायाम् एव सर्गः जन्मः भविष्यद्देहसम्बन्धः चितः निर्जितः those who see Brahma सर्वत्र एवैव तदात्मताम् एव आपद्यन्ते ईश्वरताम् इत्युक्ते अहं ब्रह्म अस्मि इति ज्ञानवतां तदात्मतां न तु संसारजीवः तो तदात्मताम् एव आपद्यन्ते they attain तदात्मतां तत्र एव निष्ठां कुर्वन्ति in that ज्ञानम् alone they have निष्ठा abundance of that ज्ञानम् तदात्मता आपन्नवृत्त्या so by तदात्मना आपन्नवृत्त्या that अखण्डाकार वृत्त्या तदात्मता that is ज्ञानेन आपन्न endowed with the vritti is cognition thought vritti अखण्डाकार वृत्ति अहम ब्रह्मणः न भिन्नः अहम जगत् कारणं ब्रह्म अस्मि इति अखण्डाकार वृत्त्या कालं नयति that is they in निष्ठा निधिध्यासनम् अनन्तरं निष्ठा avoid in this knowledge कालं नयति तैः एव ब्रह्मविद्भिः एव एवं लक्षणैः those who have such lakshanas who are they brahmavid by them alone जीवदशायां while living जीवदशायाम् एव सर्गः जन्म is जितः भविष्यदेहसम्बन्धः जन्म is connection with the future shariram is jitah nirjitah is won over conquered parihritah ityarthah avidya kama karmani khalu sharira arambakani advitiye brahmani jagat buddhi sampadika deghado aham mama buddhi sampadika vasana avidya tanmulakaha kamaha तत्कार्याणि कर्माणि तेषाम् अविद्याकामकर्मणां नित्यनिरन्तर ब्रह्मनिष्ठया निश्शेष विनाशे सति कारणनाशात् कार्यनाशः इति न्यायेन तत्कार्यभूत भूतभावी देहसम्बन्धनाशे अपि सिद्ध्यते इति अतएव उच्यते यैव चर्जितसर्गः इति अविद्यया कामैः कर्माणि इति they are the cause for the shariram is janma arambakani sharira arambakani is karmani and karma due to With karma and karma due to avidya. Therefore, Advitiya Brahmani, Jagat Sampadika, Jagat Buddhi Sampadika, Advitiya Brahmani, superimposing Jagat on the Advitiya Brahma, Jagat Buddhi on this Advitiya Brahma. Brahma which is Aparichinam, which is Shuddha, on that this Jagat is Aropita. So therefore Dvaita Buddhi, Jagat Buddhi Sampadika, Dvaita Buddhi Sampadika. Advitiya Brahmani, Jagat Buddhi is Dvaita Buddhi. Therefore Dehado, Deha in Deha, etc., there is Ahankara, Ahankara, Ahanta and Mavata. So that Vasana which is Maha Buddhi Sampadika Vasana is Avidya. So Avidya caused by this Buddhi, Aham Mama iti Buddhi in the Shariram, which is due to Jagat Buddhi in the Brahmani, caused when Anadya Vidya Vasanaya. Anadya Vidya Vasanaya, this continues. Therefore, that Vasana is Avidya. And Tanmulakaha Kamaha. Avidya is the Mulaka, cause for Kama. And Kamaha, therefore Karyani. Tat Karyani, Tasmat, Kamehi, Kamena Karyani Sambhavati, Karmani. Therefore, Tesham, those Avidya Kama Karmanam, Nitya Narantara Brahmanishtaya, Nishesha Vinashe, they are completely destroyed by abiding in this knowledge, in this always, in this knowledge, Nitya Narantara Sati. When Karna is destroyed, Karyanasha happens with Nyayena, Avidyanasha, Avidyanasha, Avidya Karyanasha, Kama, Karvani, Janma, etc. Iti Nyayena, Tad Karya Bhuta Bhavi, Tad Karya Bhuta, the cause of this avidya, which is Bhavideha Sambandha. Bhavideha Sambandha, connection with the future Shariram, which is Janma. Janma Nashaha Siddhyati. Siddhyati Ataha Uchyeva Uchyate. Yaiva Tairgita Sargaha iti. Then there is one objection. Nanu. Brahmavidam Kuchidapi Bhagya Alambanam Vina Sarvada Brahmani Eva Brahmatmana Avasthanam Katav Upapadyate iti Akamshayam. Na. For Brahmavids, without any outside support, alambanam, without any prop, how is it possible to abide in this, to dwell on this Brahma? Katam upapadyate, how it is terrible? Iti, without, if it is asked, for that we say no. Tesham manasaha, their minds, ati nirmalatvat, is extremely pure. Brahma sukhanubhuti rasikatvat, that rasa, the experience, Anubhuti experience, rasa taste, but not taste. That is Brahmani, the Brahma Sukham, because of the experience of the Brahmananda, Anubhuti Rasikatvat. That Ananda, which is ever experienced, that Ananda, that is Ananda, Brahmananda, is called Rasa. So the experience of Brahmananda, that Rasa is not in like any other Rasa. Like the Rasa, that Ananda, what we experience in deep sleep, cannot be classed with it has any Laukika Rasa. It is Ananda. Raso Vaisaha in Taittiriya Upanishad also it is said. So Brahma Sukha Anubhuti Rasikatvat Tadrak Brahma Nishta Sampadaka Punya Sampattescha. And the Brahma Nishta Sampadanam, that accomplishment of the Brahma Nishta is due to Punya, Punya Palam. Due to Punya Palam, Guru Upasadanam, and therefore Shravanam, continuance of Shravanam, that is very great, another important thing. Ishvara Anugraha, continuance, continuing Shravanam, not Kada Chikta Shravanam, regularly Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasam, that culminates in Nishta. So therefore it's all grace, Punya Sampattehe, Sadanandaikara Brahmani Stihi, Sada Anandaha, that Ananda which is not Kada Chitta, not Agantuka, it is ever. And it is Ekarasam, it is one homogeneous, that Brahmani Sthitihi, dwelling in that Brahma, that is myself. Sambhavati iti suchayitum, to indicate that it is possible. Brahmanaha Ananda Swarupam Pratipadayati, Bhagavan shows the Swarupa of this Brahma. Brahmanaha Ananda Rupam, it is Upacharika Shakti. Brahma is Ananda. It is therefore the Upacharika Shakti. Satta Chit Anandam Brahma. They are Lakshana, not Visheshana to Brahma. Brahmanaha Ananda Rupatvam Pratipadayati Bhagavan Nirdosham iti padena. Nirdosham, he samam Brahma. He is smart. Karanat, Brahma Nirdosham. Because of this reason, Brahma is Nirdosham. Bhagavan Pratipadayati. Dosha Shabdena Atra Tat Karye Sukam Lakshyate. Dosha Nirdosham, by the word dosha. Atra Dukkam is that avidya. The Dukkam caused with avidya is Ajnanam is indicated. Nirdosham means nirdukkam, no dukkam. Dukka lesha shunyam. Dukkha, even a whiff of dukkha is not there. Ananda Rupa Mityartaha. It is of the nature of Ananda, happiness. An Acharya quotes from the Shruti. Anando Brahma. Anando Brahmeti Vijanat. Vijnanam Anandam Brahma. Saprakasham Ananda Ghanam. Iti Shrutehe. That is how what is said is established. Iti Pramanam to be given. Brahma is of the nature of Ananda. That Ananda is Swarupananda. Nanu Brahmanaha Swataha Ananda Rupatve api. Andrita Jada Dukkhatmaka Prapancha Sambandha Sambhavat Kvachit Dukkalesha Sambandha Sambhave iti Akanshaya. Even though Brahma is Swataha Ananda Rupatve, by nature it itself is Ananda, but this Jagat which is Andrita, not real, which is Dukkhatmakam, therefore association with this Dvaita Prapancha, because of which Kvachit some dukkha leshaha, some lesha, some taint of this dukkha, sambandha, connection with dukkha is possible iti, if doubted. Or that we say, no, that is not possible. No. How? Maya matravidam dvaitam asatvat anyasya. Akyasti dvaita siddhihi atmaiva siddha advitiyaha ekameva advitiyam. Advayaha hi ayam atma ekah ayam atmaiva khala eva ityadi shrutibihi jagatah swarupa asatvam brahmanah advitiyam cha niyamena pratipadyate. By all the shruti vakyas, jagat is satyam, brahma is satyam, jagat is mithya. Iti, therefore shruti jagatah swarupa asatvam, asat is mithya, jagatah mithyatvam, and brahmanah advitiyatvam cha niyamena, in order it is pratipadyate, it is revealed by this shruti vakyas, by the shruti. Therefore yataha, therefore yasmat tataha, therefore maro jala sambandha vat brahmanah nityabhuta prapancha sambandha sambhavat, like maro jalaha, that mirage water, sambandhavat, connection with the water. What connection is there? Mirage water doesn't exist, but it seems to be there. तद्वत् सम्बन्धः अस्ति वित् ब्रह्म मिथ्याभूत प्रपंच संबंध तद्वत् मदोजल संबंधवत् ब्रह्मणः विद्याभूत प्रपंच संबंध असंभवात्. So this mithya bhuta jagat cannot have any association with Brahma. There is no satya mithya sambandha. Relation is not there, but we say mithya bhuta sambandha, but mithya cannot have any association with satya because mithya is satyam, but satyam is not mithya. Therefore, sada always sarvatra everywhere ekarasatvam eva iti. Ekarasatvam, that eka which is Brahma, Brahma eva asti. इति बोधयितुम् आह समम् इति. To convey this Acharya, Bhagavan says samam iti. Samam sarvatra, samam eva param brahma, sachidananda matram eva, sachidananda matram ekarasam, sadghana ganaha ayam chidganaha ananda ganaha ekarasaha ityadi shruti brahma sada eka swabhavam eva bhavati. Therefore, sarvatra, everywhere, this Brahma is samam. Vidya Vinay Sampanne Brahmane Gavyastani. That samam, Brahma is samam. And this samam, Param Brahma, Satchit Ananda Matram, which is of the nature Sat Chit Ananda. It is Ekarasam. It is one. Ekarasam by that. Eka Prajatiya Vijatiya Svagata Beda Nasti. Beda is that, then Rasa Beda will be there. There is no. Therefore Ekarasam. Tad Ganaha. Chit Ganaha. Ananda Ganaha. It is Ekarasaha. It is one thing. Iti Shrutivihi Brahma Sada Ekat Swabhavam Eva Bhavati. By all the Shruti Vakyas, Brahma is Ekas Swabhavam Bhavati iti. We can know. Samarasatvat Lavana Pindavat Ityadi Yukti Bishcha, and also because it is one rasa, like Lavana Pinda, a pinda, a lump of annam which is with salt. It tastes salt all over. A pinda, an eatable which is lavana, a salty item. It tastes salt all over, whichever side you taste. The same thing Ramakrishna Paramahamsa also says, sugar which is sweet, sugar candy, it tastes sweet whichever direction, whichever side you taste, it is sugar only, it is sweet only. Therefore, ekarasa, sama and ekarasa. Therefore, sajatiya vijatiya the veda vaiduryam eva pratipadyate. Vaiduryam is dismissing, absence of vaiduryam. Sajatiya veda nasti, that veda, the differentiation in itself, or vijatiya veda, other than this, other than itself, the differentiation is not there. Sagata Veda also. Vaidurya Pratipadya. Tataha Tada Eka Tada Nanda Eka Rasam Eva Param Brahma. Therefore Brahma is Sada Eka Tada Ananda Eka Rasam Brahma Natu Avidya Tatkarya Tad Dharma Tat Karma Lesha Sampruktam. That Brahma which is Asampruktam, not touched. Na Sampruktam. Na Sampruktam. Asampruktam, not touched even Lesha, even a little Lesha. By avidya or avidya karya, avidya tad dharma, tad karma, all this avidya janya. By that it is untouchable. Brahma cannot be tainted. Tasma, therefore, Brahma Vidam Manaha, the mind of the Brahmavits, Brahmananda Amrita Rasa Asvada Saktya, Asaktya. Therefore, it is always asakti, attached with this taste of this Amrita, Rasa, which is Amritam, which is Ananda, and that is Brahma. Brahmanaha Ananda. Therefore, Brahmani eva tishtati, Atmani eva tishtati. Sarvada evam Brahmani Anandagana Yesham Brahmavidam Yatina Manaha Tishtati. Te eva Videha Muktim Gachati iti Siddham. Therefore, always Brahmani eva, that Anandagana, Brahma which is Ananda Swarupa, Brahmavidam Yatinam Manaha always abide in that. Therefore, they alone, te eva Videha Muktim Gachati, in Videha Mukti iti Siddham Bhavati. Iti Acharya says. Now the next shloka, shloka number 20. Let us read. Yasmat nirdosham samam brahma atma.
यस्मात् निर्दोषं समं ब्रह्म
निर्दोषं
आत्मा
समं ब्रह्मात्मा
Tasmat
तस्मात्
तस्मात्
न prahrushet priyam prapya no dvijet prapya cha priyam.
न
न प्रहस्येत् प्रियं
प्रियं
प्राप्य
प्राप्य नो द्विजेत्
द्विजेत्
प्राप्य च
प्राप्य च
प्रियम्
प्रियम्
Sthira buddhirasam modho brahmavid brahmani stitah.
स्थिरबुद्धिरसम्मूढो
स्थिरबुद्धिर्सम्मूढो ब्रह्मविद्
ब्रह्मणि
ब्रह्मणि
स्थितः
स्थितः
इति अध्याये स्थितप्रज्ञलक्षणे अपि एकः श्लोकः वर्तते. दुःखेषु अनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृगः. The same way here also. This is also Sthitaprajna Lakshana in one way. Not one way. It is Sthitaprajna Lakshana. The shlokas are scattered all over. In 12th chapter also, Tulyaninda Hitarvani, Santushto, Yenakenachit, Maitra Karuna Yevacha, all those shlokas. This is for contemplating on this shloka, how a Brahmavita, Brahmagyani would be. Tesham Lakshanam. Puro Shlokamapi, Nirdosham Samam Brahma, Tasvad Brahmani Tesitaha, therefore Gaiva Taigi Jitaha Lokaha, Sargaha Janna. Yasmat, Yasmat Karanat, Yasmat Karanat, Brahma Nirdosham, Samam, Brahma is Atma. Acharya says Brahma, which is Atma, not different from myself. Yasmat, since Brahma is Nirdosham, faultless, defect free, there is no lesha of dukkham in Brahma, Nirdosham, Dosharagitam Brahma, Tatu Samam Eva, Samam Sarvatra, Tara, Tasma, therefore, Brahmavid, Brahmavida, therefore Brahmavit, Api Nirdoshaha Bhavati, Samam Bhavati, Samaha Bhavati, Ataha Tasmat, therefore what? Na Pragrishet Priyam Prapya, Na Udvijet Prapya Cha Priyam, Apriyam Prapya Api Na Udvijet. Therefore, Tesham Buddhi Sthira Bhavati, Asammodaha San Tantaha, Tesham Buddhi Sthira Bhavati, Brahmani Eva Sthitaha. The knower of Brahma, the knower of Brahma, Brahmavita, Yasya Nischaya Jnanamasti, Samshaya Ragita, Viparyaya Ragita, Mananat Samshaya Nashaha, Nidhyasena, Viparyaya Nivritti, Ataha Nishtaya Brahmavitvam, Saha Brahmavita, Aham Atma Brahma Eva Giti. Iti Yada Brahmani Nishtaha Bhavati. Saha, that person would be free from pragarshya, that is elation, and udvichat, both from elation and depression. This is a a fact for Brahmanishta. Brahmanishta is free from elation and depression. Brahmavit, Brahmaveti iti Brahmavit. So that's how Brahmavit, Priyam Prapya, having gained Priyam, Ishtavastu, Priyam Prapya, having gained what is favorable, what is desired, what is favorable, gaining which there will be Sukham, there will not be any trouble. Priyam Prapya, that which is favorable, that which is desired, having gained. Progressiate is Vidiling. Therefore, it can be taken as an Upadesha or it can be taken Progressiate iti Vidiling, Shakiling cha by that sutra. It can be taken as Upadesha or can be taken, this is how the Brahmagyani would be. That meaning also can be taken. So, therefore, Priyam Prapya, the person is not elated, na Prakarshena Hrishyet, Priyam Prapya, na Hrishyet, na Prakarshyet. And apriyam prapya, having gained that which is undesired, not wanted, unwanting. Na udvijayet, the person would not be depressed. So that is indication of jnanam, wisdom. Therefore, how we can know the person is really is a wise man, wisdom. Knowledge is there, but knowledge should become wisdom. Shastra Shravanena Jnanam Sambhavati. But Jnanam should become Pakva Jnanam, that is wisdom. It should be a fact, daylight for that person. Then only it's a Jnani. So then only it becomes wisdom. So how we know a person enjoys his wisdom is not carried over by Sukham or Dukkham. Not elated, not depressed. Priyam Prapya, na Pragrishit. Apriyam Prapya, na Udvijayet. Therefore, from this, we can understand his buddhi is stira. Only those buddhi is not stiram, always playing the note of wanting, they only elate or depressed. When sukham is obtained, they elate, they get overjoyed, hit the ceiling. When dukkham comes, they get dejected, disappointed. So therefore, buddhi. But here, that this is an indication, and therefore from that we can infer the person enjoys buddhi, which is stira. Stira means steady. Therefore, Guruna Dukkhena Vichalyate. Before it is said, even by the strongest Dukkham, his mind is not shaken. Therefore, Stira Bhavati, it is firm. Buddhi is Stira Bhavati. Buddhi abides in Brahma. Therefore, when Brahma Sukham is there, all other Sukham are Nikrishta Sukham. Therefore, they are not interested. Therefore, Buddhi is steady in this Brahma Jnanam. Therefore, they are asammudaha, free from delusion. Delusion, that is wrong conclusion, free from all the mistakes. Free from all the mistakes, that is viparya jnanam, viparita bhavana. The samskaras due to habitual wrong conclusions. Therefore, free from that asammudaha. So therefore, one who is free from the wrong conclusion and also opposed to wrong conclusions, due to wrong orientation, means the person has done nididhyasana. Therefore, saha brahmani stitaha bhavati. Saha, that person dwells, abides in this jnanam, and therefore stitaha iti. Vidiling can be used not only as the agnya or pratana, but as a statement of fact. That is, Brahmavid, Jnani would not be elated or would be depressed, or can be taken as an Upadesha, an instruction to the sadhakas to attain the status of Brahmanishtatvam. In fact, if we analyze what is the reason for being elated, what is the reason for being depressed? Only when you're dependent on things other than you, then you can be happy, you can be sad. The sadness and happiness, they are they are born due to association with things other than you. Whereas here, this Brahmavita is abides in himself. His association, there is no external association. His association is with himself. There is no second thing. Advitiya Brahmani eva sitaha bhavati. Ataha. Therefore, Yavanartha Udapane, that's said in the second chapter. Tavanartha Vedeshu. So when water is everywhere, what is the use of the well water? So therefore, when they are the treasure of Sukham, so why should they look for Sukham outside other than himself, oneself? In fact, everything is myself. This jnanam is there, therefore, in both ways. So therefore, due to viveka, due to jnanam, therefore they are not elated by Sukham prapya, Sukhavastu prapya or Dukkam prapya. Iti. Therefore, having gained Sukham, Sukha hetu, that which is the cause for Sukha, like Mana, when somebody praises, there is Sukham. If somebody respects you, there is Sukham. Somebody disrespect, then there is Dukkam. There is Jnani is Tulyaninda Sutirmonihi. Always he is Sama with regard to Ninda or Stuti. Because his source of happiness is himself. So therefore, that person, Jnani na Pragashyet, na Udvichet. This should be the sadhana for a sadhaka. At the level of it's a sadhaka, the person must bear in mind that if the mind is stuck with elation, with praise, honor, etc., then it gets elated. Or when the person is dishonored, then udvichet. He becomes depressed. So the person must be free from both. So that therefore, as an upadesha, also it is given. Therefore, all the sukha and dukkha, and therefore the resultant, the elation and the depression, the sadhaka must be relatively free from this, without which Nididhyasana also is not possible. For Nididhyasana, the mind has to be relatively free. When it is relatively free, then only the absolute freedom is gained. So therefore, the Upadesha, it can take as Upadesha also. Ultimately to gain buddhi which is stira, asammudaha, free from delusion. Therefore, tasmat brahmani stitaha iti. Now, Bhashyam. न प्रगृह्येत
न प्रकृष्येत्
प्रहस्येत
प्रगर्षं न कुर्यात्
प्रकर्षं न
प्रहर्षं न
कुर्यात्
कुर्यात्
प्रियम् प्रियम् इष्टं प्राप्य इष्टम् अनुस्वरा is that missing प्रियम् इष्टं प्राप्य लब्ध्वा
प्रियम्
प्रियम्
इष्टप्राप्य लब्ध्वा
लब्ध्वा
न उद्विजेत
न उद्विजेत्
प्राप्य च अप्रियम्
प्राप्य च
प्राप्य च
अप्रियम्
अप्रियम्
अनिष्टं लब्ध्वा
अनिष्टं
अनिष्टं
लब्ध्वा
लब्ध्वा
so न प्रगृह्येत कः ब्रह्मवित् ज्ञानी न prakarsham kuryat, prakarshit, prakarsham kuryat, kuryat kuryatam, kuryuhu, prakarshit, prakarshetam, prakarshyeyuhu. So one should not get elated, the meaning, or the jnani would not have elation, not that way also, both ways. So therefore, jnani would not be elated, would not have elation. Na prakasham kuryat, priyam prapya. Priyam is ishtam, ishtavastu, ishtam prapya, having attained that the desired vastu, priyam prapya. Na udvijet. Udvijet would not be depressed, jnani, or should not be, one should not be depressed, that is sadhaka should not be depressed. All these are conducive for nididhyasana. As therefore, you can take that upadesha advice to the sadhaka or describing the status of the jnani. Therefore, ishtam prapya labdva. Labdva is tvanta, prapya libanta. Prapurvaka apdatu lyap pratyaya. Because upasarga is there, ap plus tva will replace by lyap. Labdva is lab plus tva pratyaya. But we know how it comes. Tvantarupam, anidhatu, labdhatu, labdva. Na udvijet prapya cha apriyam anishtam labdva. Similarly, anishtam labdva, having gained the undesired, that which is not desirable, apriyam anishtam, person is not frustrated, would not be frustrated with it. Then deha matratma sandarshinam hi
देहमात्रात्मदर्शिनां हि
priya priya prapti
प्रिया
प्रिया
प्रिय
प्रिय
प्राप्ति
प्राप्ति
arshya vishadau kurvate
हर्ष
हर्ष
विषादौ
हर्षविषादौ
कुर्वाते
कुर्वाते
न केवलात्मदर्शिनः
न
न
न
केवलात्मदर्शिनः
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 तस्य प्रिया प्रिय प्राप्त्य संभवात्
तस्य
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 प्रिय
प्रिया
प्रिया
प्रिय
प्रिय
प्रिया
प्राप्त
प्राप्य
संभवात्
प्राप्त्यसम्भवात्
सम्भवात्
कथं सः न प्रहर्षति न उद्विजति न प्रगृह्य न उद्विजेत कथं how come the person is free from praharsham, free from praharsham and free from rejection, how the person, because he yasmat, because deha matratma darshinam, deham matra, deham eva deha matram, mayura vimsakadi, deham eva atma iti द्रष्टुम शीलम येषां ते देहात्मदर्शिनां देहात्मदर्शी षष्ठी भक्ति देहात्मदर्शिनां द्रष्टुम शीलम येषां ते any pratyaya. So those who have the abhimana with the shariram, those who see, those who are given to see that body as atma, for them only it is arsha vishadu, they only do this arsha vishada, for them only it is sambhavat. Priya priya prapti, priya priya prapti is प्रियम च प्रिया प्रियम प्रिया प्रिये प्रिया प्रिययोः प्राप्ति attainment of gaining of favorable or unfavorable. For them only this arsha vishadau kuruvate. Arsha vishadau arsha vishadau kuruvate. So it therefore the only for those who have dega abhimana, sharir abhimana. So therefore Tesham eva, they alone, priya prapti, arsha vishado kurvate. Kurute kurvate. They only do this attainment of favorable and non-favorable. The priya prapti. Yeah, who is a karta? The sentence, if you see grammatically. Deha mata sandarshinam is Shashti Vibhakti of that person, therefore it is Kartari Shashti. The Kurvate is there. Kurvate means are the two people. Arsha Vishado Kurvate. Kurvate. Arsha Vishado Kurvate. Priya Prapti Arsha Vishado Kurvate. That is, Kurvate means here Bhavataha. Priya Prapti, attainment of favorable or unfavorable, Arsha Vishado Bhavataha becomes the cause for Arsha and Vishada. So Priya Praptayaha, Prapti, attainment of Sukha, Priya and Apriya, desired and non-desired, that does Arsha Vishado. So Priya Prapti Dvivachanam, Pratama Vibhakti Dvivachanam, as though it is they do the Arsha Vishada. That's how it is presented in this Vakya. You can understand. So Priya Prapti, attainment of the Priya and Apriya is the cause for Sukha and Dukkha Arsha Vishada. So Priya Prapti is Pratama Bhakti, Dvivachanam. Prapti hi Prapti. Arsha Vishada therefore becomes object for Krudati. Otherwise, we can other ways also we can make it into a subjective complement. Priya Prapti Arsha Vishado Bhavataha. That way they explain. That is also fine. For whom Dehamatratma Darshina, those who have Abhimana with the Shariram, for them, this attainment of Priya and Priya becomes the cause for Arsha and Vishada. That is the meaning. Not Kevalatma Sandarshinaha, not for those who see only Atma. Kevalam Atma Eva Darshanam Drashtum Shilam Eshante, Atma Darshinaha, Atma Drashtum Shilam Eshante, Atma Darshi. Kevalam Atmanam Drashtum Shilam Eshante. But not for the one who see Atma everywhere. Tasya Priya Prapti is not possible, Asambhava. There is impossibility of gaining the Priya and Apriya, desired and undesired. Because Atma is Asangaha, Aham Atma, Asanga Atma, Asangatvat, Asangatvat, Priyavastu Nasti, Apriyavastu Api Nasti. Mattaha Kimapi Kimapi Binnavastu Nasti. Nothing, there is nothing different from me. Paramartika Drishtya. Priyam Kutra, Priyam Kutra. Maybe in Vyavaharika, the Jnani may have some preference. That is only in Vyavaharika, that is also not due to Ajnanam. Paramartika Drishtya, that is why Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavyastini, which is Priya, which is Apriya. In Vyavaharika, there may be, there it may show differences. The difference is not, the difference is not due to Ajnanam. It is, the differences what he shows is not due to, it is due to Ajnanam. It is everything has certain place in Vyavahara. So, Shunishcheva Shopakaha and Vidya Vinaya Brahmanaha, there is difference. They are not same. From the standpoint of the Paramarthika, it is same. That is why Acharya gave the example before. The four Vedis, those who have learned all the four Vedas, they are not equal to the person who has learned only one Veda, two Veda. There are differences. Paramarthika Drishtya, Sarvam Brahma Eva, Atma Eva. But Vyavaharika Drishtya, the qualities are there, qualifications are there. There are gradations, Taratamya. So, therefore, in Vyavahara, the Jnani also, Jnani, there is Arsha Vishada, Priya, that the preferences may be there, but the preferences doesn't indicate the status of his mind, its vision. That is point to be understood. And moreover, kincha,
किञ्च
सर्वभूतेषु एकः समः निर्दोषः आत्मा इति
सर्वभूतेषु
सर्वभूतेषु
एकः
एकः
समः
निर्दोषः
निर्दोषः
आत्मा इति
स्थिरा निर्विचिकित्सा बुद्धिः यस्य सः स्थिरबुद्धिः
स्थिरा
स्थिरा
निर्विचिकित्सा
निर्विचिकित्सा
बुद्धिः
बुद्धिः
यस्य सः
यस्य सः
स्थिरबुद्धिः
स्थिरबुद्धिः
असम्मूढः
असम्मूढः
सम्मोहवर्जितश्च स्यात्
सम्मोहवर्जितश्च
सम्मोहवर्जितश्च
स्यात्
यथोक्तब्रह्मवित्
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 ब्रह्मणि स्थितः
ब्रह्मणि
ब्रह्मणि
स्थितः
स्थितः
अकर्मकृत्
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 सर्वकर्मसन्न्यासी इत्यर्थः
सर्वकर्मसन्न्यासी
सर्वकर्मसन्न्यासी
इत्यर्थः
इत्यर्थः
किञ्च फर्दर् मोरोवर् सर्वभूतेषु एकः समः निर्दोषः आत्मा इति आत्मा which is निर्दोषः दोषरहितः दोषलेशः अपि आत्मनि न वर्तते आत्मा अतः आत्मा is defectless निर्दोष which is samam सर्वभूतेषु आत्मा इति understanding this jnanam iti stira, this understanding, it is stira and it is nirvichikitsa. Vichikitsa, chikitsa different, vichikitsa is different. Chikitsa is treatment. Vichikitsa is doubt. Therefore here nirgata vichikitsa yasyaha sa, here it's qualifying buddhi. Stira buddhi means there is buddhi is stable, buddhi is strong, buddhi is stira bhavati, unshaken. It means understanding. The understanding of buddhi is steady. Buddhi has got knowledge, steady knowledge, clear understanding, unshakable knowledge. Drida jnanam, drida buddhi. Therefore, vichikitsa, doubts are not there. When doubts are not there, then buddhi will be, mind will be oscillating this or that. Person also will, buddhi, yata buddhi. Tata is action also. So therefore, buddhi is free from doubts. Therefore, the person is also asammudaha, free from delusions. All sammoha, all delusions, all wrong conclusions, all conditions created due to previous samskaras, aham karta bhokta, idam jagat satyam iti ya buddhi purvam vartate, jagateva asmakam sukhahetuhu iti ya buddhi. All this sammoha, these are sammoha. So this asammodaha, this sammoha varjitaha, this sammoha, free from this sammoha, sammoheki varjitaha. Therefore asammodaha, syat bhavati saha yatokta brahmavit, yata uktam anatikramya, yatoktam brahmavit jnanati. So therefore yatokta brahmavit, the knower of Brahma, which was described before tad buddhya tadatmanaha tanishtaha tat parayanaha, also in the previous shloka, and vidya vinay sampane. Therefore, yatokta brahmavita, the brahmavita who was described in the previous shlokas, was described. Even here also, na pravishyat priyam prapya saha brahmani stitaha. He dwells in this Brahma. He just remains in this knowledge. And therefore, karma karoti va na saha akarma krita. What is the use of karma? Karmana kim sambhavati. All karakas are karakupamardana is done. Brahmarpanam brahmavehi. Brahmagno brahmanavutam. All karaka upamardana is done. Where is karta? Therefore, where is bhokta? Karta is there when the person wants to enjoy something. Therefore, when the person wants to become bhokta, there will be karta. Na prakrishit priyam prapya, na udvijit apriyam prapya, when we say. Therefore, there is nothing which can be fulfilling more than myself. Therefore, karma na sambhavati karma. Therefore, akarma krita. Or यद्यपि कर्म करोति तथापि अकर्म एव आत्मज्ञान आत्मा आत्मज्ञानत्वात् आत्मनः अन्यत् किमपि नास्ति अतः कर्म न संभवति तथा अकर्म कृत therefore कर्म करोति इति कर्म कृत न कर्म कृत अकर्म कृत so you will be yeah अकर्म कृत non doer अकर्ता इत्यर्थः अकर्ता इत्युक्ते सः एव सर्वकर्म सन्यासी that person alone is the sannyasi renouncer of all actions. That person is a real sannyasi. Whether I have taken to sannyasa or not, in spite of doing, still not doing. Pashyan, Shunman, Prasan, Jigran, Ashtan, Gachan, Sopan, Shvasan, Pralapan, Visajan, Grannan, Unmishan, Nimishan, Napi, Indriyani, Indriyatesh Vartante, Naiva Kinchit Karomi, Akarma Kirtu. Saheva sannyasi, Sarvakarma sannyasi. He alone is the sannyasi of giver of renouncer of all karma, all actions. Ityarthaha, that is the meaning. Next shloka, we will see the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Dhanyavadaha
धन्यवादः जी
धन्यवाद गुरुजी
धन्यवादः